Welcome back to the segment I'm now going to call Tradie with an Addiction to Tools, because quite frankly that's what I am. Today we're going to be taking a look at Milwaukee's M18HCC75R-502C, which is an underground remote operated cable cutter. This thing is an absolute monster, so let's get it out of the box and have a look at what we've got. Okay, so in the kit itself, obviously you get the cutter. I've got in this one two 5-amp-hour batteries. They're one of the fast chargers or rapid chargers, and obviously the remote control. The tool itself obviously is 1 key compatible, like all of their new tools are, so you can remotely turn your tool off if it was to get stolen, which is fantastic, particularly with something like this because they are quite expensive. I mean, this whole kit, you're looking at about approximately £3,200, so it's worthwhile setting that up just in case things do go missing on site or stolen from your van, so you can actually isolate these things. So at the very least it means they can't set it on because the tool is useless. So the tool itself is actually really well balanced. If you're using it with the 2 handles, which is what it's supposed to be operated with, if you're using the trigger of course, it's really well balanced. It's not actually that heavy. The tool comes with a fixing point at the back here, so you can, if you look on the Milwaukee website, you'll see they've got it suspended, so you can hang it there and actually have it hanging in situ. So if you're working in a open trench potentially, or even in a plant room where you're trying to cut something in situ that you don't know if it's dead or live, you can remotely cut it with this suspended in place, and it's all going to go quite well. Now, obviously, Milwaukee are not selling this as a tool, saying that you can cut live cables with it, all right? That is not advised by them, me, or anybody. However, if you look on YouTube, you will find there are videos of people using this to cut cables live. So they're effectively using this as a cable spiker. So there's a cable in the ground, they don't know if it's dead or live, so they can remotely operate it safely from a distance. However, I can guarantee you it is going to damage the tool. It's definitely going to damage the jaws and potentially damage the electronics of the tool itself. So it's definitely not advised that you cut live cables with this. However, like I said, it has been done. Okay, so let's get this bad boy turned on and I'll show you how to connect the remote cutting and we'll get it going. You've got a 3-position lock on the top here, so you can physically lock the jaws. So in transit or just carrying it around, you can't accidentally pull the trigger and cut something. Okay, you've got the mid position there where it's unlocked, so that will allow you to pull the trigger and operate it as per normal. Okay, you've got the second trigger, which is actually the release, so that releases the hydraulic pressure. So to get this ready for remote operation, what we need to do is flip the switch on the back of the tool here, which brings on this red light. What you then want to do is pull that trigger and push the 3-position switch all the way forward, which locks that trigger in an open position. Now what you want to do is turn on the remote control with the switch on the bottom again in a second. So this is communicating now, it's sending out a signal. There we go, it's communicating. So if you push 2 and hold that down for 2 seconds, it will turn solid. Same again on that one, but you only want to push number 3 when you're actually ready to cut. Okay, so you can push that for 2 seconds, which will start the cut. And there we go, green light. So wherever you're stood, from a safe distance, even around a corner where you can't see it, you know that the cut has been completed. So to release that, what you need to do, push that main trigger again, push that back into the main position, and then you can release the jaws with the second trigger, like so. Obviously don't forget to turn these off, because I'm not actually sure what batteries these are. I'm going to say, oh, they're AA's. So you've got 4 AA batteries in there, which are in these 2 compartments here. So obviously over time you're going to have to change those. Again, make sure you push that button back as well. So let's see what we can cut with it. So I've been and found the biggest bit of cable I could find in my unit, and that is a 50mm 4-core. SWA as well. So let's get this unwrapped a bit. try and straighten it up a bit so we can get a decent cut on it. Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to cut this just manually for this time. Okay, so 50mm 4-core SWA. Wow. Some beautiful, beautiful copper in there. That is seriously impressive. That just went through that like it was nothing. That wasn't sped up as well, that was real time. So as you can see, that was actually a real quick cut. The only downside to this sort of cutting method is obviously it does compress the cable. However, I don't see that being a problem realistically, because if you think about it, at the end of the day, nothing really happens with this end of the cable. Normally you're stripping this back, glanding it off, quite far down that cable, so by which point you get to these cores. They're inside the panel or whatever you're connecting to, and more likely or not, they're going to be shortened down individually as well anyway. So I don't see the compression being a problem. However, the speed and convenience I can see is a massive, massive bonus. So there you go, bit of 50mm 4-core, like a hot knife through butter. There we have it. The Milwaukee M18HCC75R-502C, absolute mouthful of a name. Underground cable cutter, brilliant tool, remote operation. My favourite features, you can suspend it in midair. It's got a 340-degree rotation on the head, so that doesn't limit you at all actually, it's quite good. The whole tool itself weighs I think 7.9 kilograms, so like I said earlier, not very heavy at all. It's really well balanced, and yeah, just a fantastic bit of kit. Remote operation, so good, works really well actually, better than I thought it was. I didn't think it would be very responsive, but it works really well. So today we cut a 4-core 50mm SWA. Next week we will be cutting some 120mm or possibly 150mm 4-core SWA with it on a site that we're doing. So we're doing a load of cable tray work and pulling in that armoured cable. So there's a video to check, keep your eyes out for. But yeah, keep your eyes out for this one in that, as well as we will be using it to cut the length of arm cable. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you are a tradie with an addiction to tools, then make sure you hit that bell notification so that you get notified every time we bring out one of these videos. I will see you guys same time next week. Have a good one.